What is happening, folks? Welcome back to the test lake. That's right, we are back on the water. It is early March right now. Have no idea what the fish behavior is going to be like. The water is still cold, but tonight we have a new product for you that we're going to review. What we have for you tonight is this. That's right. This is something I have never seen before. This is a brand new reel offered by H2O Xpress. It's called the H2O Xpress M3 Mettle right here. So Academy Sports actually contacted us, and they asked us if we would be willing to try out this reel. Last H2O Xpress reel that we reviewed, I admit I was pretty darn harsh on, and I still stand by that. So I have no idea why they wanted to send this to us, but we'll give it an honest review, or at least to the best of our opinion anyway. So a little bit about the M3 Mettle, right? Listed right here on the side of the box. It has 10 bearings. That's actually that's pretty high. That's a lot of bearings. I don't know that I have a bait caster in that many bearings. It weighs 6.8 ounces. It is a 7.3 to 1 gear ratio. Max drag, since that apparently is a thing and I didn't even know about it, 13 pounds is the max drag. Plus monofilament capacity, 120 yards of 12-pound test, which is exactly what I've loaded it up with tonight. Again, I have no idea what the fish behavior is going to be like tonight, so we're just going to get back out on the water for the first time in forever, it feels like, and just throw some things around and see if we can't hook into a fish or two, but more importantly, we're going to see how this reel runs. All right, guys. All right, let's see here.
Maiden voyage.
Let's go ahead and dial that in just a little bit here. Slow that down. One of the first things that stands out to me about this, now I've paired this up, there is a matching rod that goes with this reel. It's another 50 bucks, but so I didn't buy that. I just threw it on a Black Max rod tonight. But one of the first things that stands out to me is there's only one spool tensioner, and it's this one on the right side. Normally there's a little 10, like a 10-digit dial on the left. That's not there. So usually on a new reel, I kind of crank it down as tight as I can get it. So we're just gonna see how this goes. So first cast with the M3 Mettle. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. That was impressive, actually. So I've put on a jerk bait for tonight because Kevin Van Dam says that jerk baits work good in cold water. Jeez, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I cast really well. All right. That's impressive.
That's cool. Jeez. New year, new Brandon. Boy, was I wrong. Just like your dad. Jeez. Right? Man, I like this. I really like this. Yeah.
All right, so initial impressions on the M3 Mettle. Really good. I really didn't know what to expect since it doesn't have the additional tensioner on the left side. Like I said, that's normally like a little 10-digit dial or something. And whenever I'm throwing a new reel, I like to crank that thing all the way up just so I can get a feel for it. So I really just had the one tensioner on the right side and the drag to work with. And I was blown away. I really was. I was blown away at how smooth it was. I was taking long casts with it, and I'm rusty on casting right now. Like I said, we've been off the water for like 3 months at least, and I'm rusty on casting. And yeah, taking long casts with it. There's no wind tonight to fight with, so maybe it's a different story in windy conditions. But overall, this thing's really, really impressive. What are your thoughts?
I took a few casts with it just for fun, and as terrible as I am at bait casting, just for the simple fact that I never do it, I really liked it. I thought for sure I'd get a backlash. Didn't happen. It casted perfectly without any hiccups at all. So I mean, this actually may turn my thinking around. I might actually purchase one of these, believe it or not. Or actually, I might just steal it from you. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Figure it out.
But yeah, you've written some long casts with it and everything too. For comparison's sake, I brought one of my Revos that I didn't get a chance to do a video on last season, so we'll definitely do a video on that. I have a new Revo, but it's the same gear ratio, 7.3 to 1. But the Revo is only 8 bearings. I do notice on the M3 Mettle that there is there's a little bit of noise when reeling in. It feels just a little gritty, but not. Maybe that's just because of the way that I've got.
How did you hear that? I didn't hear anything.
Just a lot of practice, I guess. But it is a little gritty when reeling it in. Maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's new. Maybe it's because I have the drag too tight. I don't know. But I mean, it's really, like I said, I'm really just looking for something to be critical about on it at this point. It's really quite impressive.
Well, it is a new dock. That's not bad. We got one. We got one. Yes, sir. First one of the year, buddy. No, I didn't even know he was on there. I mean, Alabama rig style. Well, that's interesting how he looks. I don't know if I've actually.
That's a saltwater shad.
There you go, guys. There you go. First fish of the year, buddy. 2.5 inch shad. It's a healthy looking shad though. I'm gonna keep him on, see if that doesn't help. There he goes. Okay, you can't skip cast a live shad. All right, well, I didn't get skunked. I don't know about you, but I didn't get skunked. Yeah. That's right. I love it. Yep, didn't come out empty-handed. I don't know if he was trying to eat that thing or just get away from it. I think I just snagged him, but I got him through the lip.
All right, scorecard time with the H2O Xpress M3 Mettle bait casting reel. I don't know if there's a spinning reel yet, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and scorecard the bait caster. So category 1 is price. Is it priced well in comparison to other products of similar nature and purpose? Obviously other bait casting reels, right? So Academy Sports was kind enough to send us this, but I did look up the price. It does retail for $59.99. The matching rod is another $50. I saw that over at Academy when I was walking through the store. And but as far as the reel is concerned, $59.99. You get a lot for that. I think you get the 10 bearings, you get the 7.3 to 1 gear ratio, the 13-pound max drag, whatever that means to any of you guys. But you do get a lot for it. But I feel like if I compare that to the likes of my Revo, that's a 7.3 to 1, but it has 8 bearings. If I'm torn because I feel like I don't know that there are other reels of those performance specifications that are priced at that point, and H2O Xpress is notoriously good at their pricing. So I'm actually going to give that a 4. As a matter of fact, on the price, I'm going to call that above average as far as its pricing is concerned. What about you?
Obviously I won't go that in depth, but I would go with a 4 on that as well. I mean, you pretty much get what you pay for. I only cast like 8 times, but it worked great. So I mean, I'd happily spend $59.99 on that. But for sake of argument and for comparing it to other products of similar nature, I mean, I've been to Bass Pro once or twice, and I've seen other bait casters for, you know, 49, 39. I don't know how great they are, but bottom line overall, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah, and I think the next closest one to that as far as price point was concerned was the Pfluger President. That one was right at about the same price point if memory serves correctly, and it had a lot of the same features. I don't know that it had 10 bearings, but it definitely had the 7.3 to 1 gear ratio, and it was right at the same price point. I think that one was, so yeah, I think 4. Above average on the pricing. I think it's about right. Category 2 is function. Did it perform the way that it was supposed to perform? Honestly, it overperformed for me. I think, you know, and I have a lot of experience throwing bait casters. I've been doing it since I was a kid. But I didn't, in all honesty, I really didn't know what to expect without having that additional, that 10 knock dial on the left side, that additional tensioner or spool control. And, you know, so I just kind of set my lure to where it would just barely fall, you know, when, you know, off the right side tensioner, and it performed brilliantly. I don't think I had a backlash one. I think it wanted to a couple of times when I got really aggressive at it. So maybe throwing into the wind or something, you're gonna hit an issue. But yeah, as far as its function is concerned, I mean, the first 2 or 3 casts, I was just blown away. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for me on its function for sure.
Yeah, definitely 5 out of 5. And like I said, I only casted it 8 to 10 times, and I was expecting a backlash within the first 1 or 2 casts, and that never happened. So I'm very, very pleased with it. I mean, it's very user-friendly, or so to speak, for somebody like me who never uses bait casters. Other than that, and he's got incredible hearing. I didn't hear anything on there. I thought it was smooth as could be. So I don't know where he came up with that. But anyway, no, definite 5 out of 5. Yeah.
All right. Next up is its usability. How easy is the product to use? By nature, bait casters are a little more challenging to use, right? There's a learning curve to it. It takes practice. You want to make sure that you adjust your settings to a point that you're comfortable with them, and that it works well for you. So for me, I'm actually going to give this one, since it doesn't have the dial on the left side, but I don't know that it actually needed it, I'm actually going to give that a 4. I'm going to go above average on its usability, because I don't know that it actually needs that additional tension controller on the left side. So I'm going 4 out of 5 on its usability.
I will follow suit on that one as well. For somebody like me who rarely ever uses a bait caster, I mean, it was fairly simple. I've used other bait casters before, and I've always ran into problems, so I'm really tempted to give it a 5 out of 5. But I mean, if you're like me, just kind of the average consumer, really don't use bait casters too much, more of a spinning reel person myself, there, like you said, there is a learning curve to it, so it's not, you know, 100% perfect, but it's dang near close. But I'll go with a 4 on that. I'll be a little conservative.
Good deal. Next is its durability. Did it hold up during the test? Well, this is just our first night back on the lake. There's not really a lot of fish activity going on. I was throwing a jerk bait with it, and yeah, I mean, it held up just fine. I don't really know of a way to torch or test a reel except to catch a lot of fish on it, and we obviously didn't do that tonight. But I did get a shad in the boat. But as far as durability is concerned, I think this one is actually built really well. I suspect that its durability is going to be long-standing, far beyond tonight's test. So I'm actually going to go ahead and call that a 5. If I'm wrong down the line, I guess I'll find out. But yeah, 5 out of 5 so far on its durability.
Yeah, I mean, for tonight's purposes, we only used it for maybe 45 minutes, an hour or so, and I mean, held up great. It's like we said, it's only like 50 degrees out here. We haven't put it through any kind of inclement weather, rain, thunderstorms, ice, snow, whatever the case is. But like you said, I mean, especially for the price that's out there, my guess is that it would hold up just fine during that. So for tonight's purposes, we're going to go with 5.
Yep. Last but not least is effectiveness. Did it produce the expected results? So effectiveness for me when reviewing a reel is, are you able to cast without issue and retrieve without issue? And it did both of those extremely well. My only criticism of it is, like I said, I was able to hear just a little bit of grittiness on the retrieve, but that's just, and I also got to play with it a little bit before I put line on it and stuff like that too, and I noticed it before I put line on. That might just be a settings thing, really. It could just be a tensioner or a drag setting, but Yeah, I mean, as far as its effectiveness in being able to cast smoothly and retrieve smoothly and do it without any major hiccups, H2O Xpress, you got it right on this one for sure. It's definitely an effective product, so I'm going 5 on effectiveness as well.
Absolutely 5. I mean, I casted, long, medium, short. It was great. Reeled in, like I said, without any snags, any backlashes. It was flawless tonight. So I mean, easy 5 out of 5 on that.
Yep. All right, guys, so if you're new to the channel, if it's your first time stopping by, what we do from here is each of us are able to give out as many as 25 possible points on the product that we've reviewed. Then from there, we take the average of our 2 scores, and that's the official I guess KCbassguys score for the product that we've tested. So for me, I'm actually giving the M3 Mettle by H2O Xpress a 23 out of 25 possible points. What about you?
I think we're gonna have to go same, 23.
All right, well there you have it then. No math needed as far as the averages are concerned. It's a 23 out of 25. Yeah, that is the 23 out of 25. That's an outstanding score and an outstanding product. So H2O Xpress and Academy Sports, thank you so much for sending us that reel to review. We really enjoyed it. I'm sure it'll definitely see a lot more playing time on the lake this year for sure, particularly when it's time to run topwater lures and such with that fast retrieve. But yeah, guys, that you nailed it. And again, thank you for sending that. For all you guys watching the video, thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to click like on the video for us. Let us know that you were here. Hit subscribe down below. We certainly appreciate your support on that as well.
And guys, as always, if you want us to review anything, obviously the weather's getting better, so we'd be happy to review any kind of fishing products for you. Obviously, we would always be happy to do a gun review as well. I'd do that 24/7. But anyway, get anything you guys would like us to review, let us know in the comment section below.
All right. Guys, that's going to do it for us tonight at the Test Lake. Welcome back to the Test Lake for Season 2. And thanks for stopping by to the KC Bass Guys. I'm Brandon.
I'm Todd.
Y'all have a good one.